Oh god. That's fine. That's fine. Hello, hello everyone. Hello. Okay. I am here. I think I'm live. I think we're doing things. Yeah. We're just gonna sit here for a bit, I think. We're just gonna do a bit of relaxing, I guess. You know. Just kinda going. That looks a little low on the levels. Here, let me do that. Maybe that's good. Okay. I looked a little low on the levels, so I turned myself up. I hope that's okay. 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 Let me just adjust the mic. Sorry about that. I need to adjust my posture and things, you know. Here, I'll go back to this drawing real quick. You know, just cat things, I guess. Am I gonna choke on this popcorn? I think I am. That's fine. That is very fine. We'll just be here. There we go. That's fine. Oh, excuse me. Ah, hello, Ian. Hello, Bucky. Gave you Life is Strange True Color vibes. Yeah, I've been like peeking into that project since it was first announced. I want to record it like later next week. I want to finish the Burrows update first. Well, I'm like almost done with it. Oh, is the dialogue good? Is it hella cringy? Is it wowzers, one might say? Oh, heavily accented. Oh. When you were saying that, I was hoping for, like, go fuck yourself-y tier dialogue. I probably should shrink this nose. Cats don't have noses that are this big. Oh, hello, Levy. It says, bruh. Good, good. I mean, I sometimes say shit like that in my personal life. Eto. Do I need to give him eyebrows? I don't know. I don't think so. Already like an hour and a half in? Good, good. I mean, like, that game got announced a long time ago, so... And they've been, like, tweeting about it for what feels like ages at this point, so... Oh, just advertised as one? Oh, yeah. Does it feel bloated for a chapter 1? You know, is it as bloated as, like, the new intro to Burrows? I don't know, people tell me they really like that new intro to Burrows, and I'm like, it's too long now. Hello, Cirrus. Let's see here. Ah, hello, Selkie. I'm during sick. I'm during sick. I'm dying sick. I see. I see. But I really like the phrasing, I'm during sick, you know? We should get that to catch on. Should be funny. Let's see here. I feel like I'm making his arms too thick. He needs to be more twiggy. More twiggy. That's what we're doing. Gonna be linear? Good, good, good. I don't know, I feel like if these games don't have, like, a larger production staff, like, it being linear is probably for the best. Never been much of a fan of choices in FVNs. I mean, like, choices are good, but the game has to be, like, built around it. Like, I don't know. Like, it really depends on the game to game, I think. Let's see here. Maybe like that. Maybe like that. No. No. We'll just do this. We'll just do it like that. Heh. Esto. All right. No, that looks a little too long. Let's try it like this. A little bit like that. Here, we'll try to droop that a little bit. Ow. Yeah. Okay. Maybe we'll do it like that. Maybe we'll do it like this. Show off his toes a little bit as a treat. Here we go. The feed messer, of course, of course. Okay. Oh, hello, Maestro. Oh, hello, Crush Cat. close. I think I want it on a separate layer. We'll do this real quick. Eto. Street lights aren't working. Ah, I see. Does that make it exciting? Do you prefer that? A Porygon? That's a Pokemon's. Walked into a horror story? I think that's fun. Like, I think it's fun to, like, on, during the fall and spring where I live, it gets pretty foggy. And I love driving home at, like, 3 in the morning. And then I can't really see the road because, you know, it's so foggy. I'm just like, look how cool it is. I think it's neat. Maybe not everyone's like that, but I always think it's neat when the weather gets like that. I guess cats don't have like that long of a tail, so maybe yes. Maybe I shouldn't be trying to play with perspective like that, so we'll just do it the boring way. No worries. Eto. Oh, is fog rare where you are, Crush Cat? I get it pretty consistently depending, like, on the... depending on the time of year. There we go. We don't want the... We do not need the big ol' eraser. Oh, any lower than the mountaintops? Ah, I see. I see. I always stay away from the mountains where I live. That shit's just kind of annoying, you know? It's hard to drive around, like the roads are always real thin. It's annoying. All the roads are really steep as well. Just annoying to drive around. So I just don't drive in those directions. Oh, problem solved. Oh. Alright, see you, Maestro. And let's see here. Should I leave the mouth hanging open slightly, or should I just have the smile? I was like, oh, maybe it'll be like that. But maybe it should just be the big old grin. I can do that. I would be like that. There we go. You can't hear anyone driving? Oh. Is that a good or a bad thing? Does it make it more eerie? I don't know, I usually like when there's not a lot of noise like that. Like when there's... I guess it's because of how late I stay up. Like, if I hear a lot of like cars and stuff, I'm usually more concerned. Oh god, and there's a guy that parks across the street. I got popcorn across the street from where I live. And then, like, at around, like, 3 to 4 in the morning, they'll just have their car on with the headlights on. And so I always just see, like, a bunch of light over there. And I'm like, I can't tell if they're in their car. Like, why? And it'll just be like that for like 2 to 3 hours, depending on the weekday. It's Fane. Well, Fane wasn't like that, right? Well, I mean, like, Fane would sit in his car. But he wouldn't have, like, headlights turned on, I assume. Like, that's the weird part to me. It's like, it lights up the entire, like, front of the building. Just because of how dark it is outside, and it's just, like, I'll see the white from the headlights, and then a bunch of, like, red. Because it's so dark out that it's just, like, all you see is, like, all the lights from this car bouncing off of everything. And sometimes, like, if I walk by the window, I'll even, like, notice, like, the internal console of the car. Like, all those lights. And I'm like, no, it's creepy. I don't know. It's weird. I'm like, what are they doing over there? What's going on? It's, like, the only light outside of, like, like, it's, like, that car and then the street lamps. Which half of them don't work because you're from rural America. Is what it is. Yeah, it's odd. Like, it's like, Sulky, it's weird. Like, if it was just like the rear lights that were on, just because like the vehicle is turned on, that'd be one thing. But seeing the headlights turned on for like an hour or two, that's what weirds me out. Like, not about that. Not about that one. That one's weird. That one's real weird. Okay. Yeah, because the headlights, I'm like, well, now you're just wasting, like, car battery, right? Like, because, like, the alternator that, like, charges the... I don't know cars, right? I don't know cars, I'm sorry. Like, sure, it's on, and, like, the alternator is, like, keeping it charged, but it's weird. It's weird. And because of the angle, I can't tell if there's anyone in the vehicle or not. So, oh no. I don't know. I hope they're living their best life. God, and that house also has, like, I don't know, during I haven't seen it recently because I don't like looking out there. Sometimes they'll just be like an old couple sitting on the porch. Like, they have a bench seat thing on, like, their porch. And, you know, so sometimes when I drive back home at, like, you know, 2 or 3 in the morning, they'll just be sitting there. And I'm like, go inside. That's creepy. Go away. Like, no. And they're probably thinking that I'm some hooligan or something coming home that late. They're probably like, oh, that man probably is, like, drinking and doing drugs. And I'm like, I just came back from a card game tournament. Like, you know. That might be stargazing, I guess. There's no telescope! Also, there's too much, hilariously, even though I live in a small town, we don't see stars here. Look up at the night sky, there are... You can count them on your fingers. Like, even though it's a small town, nope. Still too much light from, like, the street lamps and buildings. No stars out here. Shouldn't old people be sleeping early? Bruh, right? I remember there was a winter a couple years ago where I like looked out there and like it was like still like 4 in the morning and that old couple was still sitting there and they just had a thermal blanket around them. And I'm like, no. No. Hey, get inside. I don't like it. I don't like it. It comes off, like, it doesn't come off as wholesome, it comes off as sinister. Like, if it was, like, 9 p.m., I'd be like, oh, that's just like an old couple hanging out before they go to, like, bed outside, you know, enjoying the cool night air. But if it's, like, 3 in the morning, I'm like, what are they doing? What are they planning? Like, you know what I mean? It doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right at all. Yeah. Alright, cool. Night is for the youths, right? I mean, is it? There's, like, nothing to do at nighttime anymore. Especially where I live. Like, all the old, like, nighttime activities are kinda gone. You know? Because nothing is 24 hours anymore. Not even the fucking Walmart. I was so upset. I was so upset when the Walmart didn't come back to 24 hours. I'm like, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with my evenings? It's so upsetting, guys. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Here's what we're gonna do with this eyeball, right? We are going to grab it. We're going to shrink it slightly. And tilt it. And move it slightly. Okay. So it's just a little off, right? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. We don't want to get too much in trouble for it, right? We don't want a derpy situation. Is that too old of a joke? Is that now like not Zoomer? Well, I guess that was like before Zoomer's time. Yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. No, it works? Okay. Are you sure? Does anyone know about that brand? It ended 4 years ago now. Like, or flashbacks? Oh my god. What, do you all not have fond memories of that time of the internet? You know, as someone who was on both the website and board that came from, I don't dislike it too much. I think I have very fond memories of that time period. I thought it was funny when discussion on that show got banned. Shit was so funny. What are your favorite songs from that show? You know what I'm talking about. So Selkie, what happened was there was so many threads about that show daily that they ended up banning discussion on it on the comics and cartoons board, and they made a board specifically for it. We call that containment, you know? What? We love the corn. Wait, what show are we talking about? Dab. Like, so sorry, I said that without pressing the button. Dab. We're talking about MLP. Friendship is Magic, specifically. That's actually why discussion on the, why discussion about the show leaked to mainstream is because people couldn't talk about it on 4chan anymore. And so they brought it to other websites, and that's how it got big. Oh yeah, Selkie. Legitimately, like, no one talks about it. That show only became crazy in terms of popularity because of that shitty website. It's so funny. People are like, no. It wasn't 4chan that got my MLP popular. And it's like, yes, it was. It's because discussion on it got banned. And they had to move somewhere else to talk about it. Shit's so funny. Yeah, a lot of the memes came from there as well, like all the original shit. But it was like ironic there and then became, you know, a thing. I definitely didn't much care for it after it, the fan base, once it left that website. Because at least on, like, you know, at least on 4chan, the humor was like, I don't know, I wouldn't even say it's humor. It was just kind of more people, like, legitimately earnestly talking about the show at first, and then making memes about it. Things got dumb as soon as it left that. The primordial soup of the internet? I don't know about that, it's fun. It's also a lot more calm and, like, not as crazy as people think it is. Usually things get really dumb once it leaves 4chan, you know? They'll start a fan base, it'll be relatively normal, and then it leaves 4chan, and suddenly it's stupid. Personally, I blame Tumblr, but that's just me. Like... I think those people were more crazy about their fan bases. The only evidence I have is, like, the Sherlock fan base and Tumblr men. I don't know, I was on... Tumblr is a different kind of PvP. It really is. It really is. Where do the Supernatural fan bases? That's a Tumblr thing. That's a Tumblr thing. All of the Tumblr girls I knew all liked Supernatural at some stage in their life. Like... and probably also liked Doctor Who. And they would fight over specifically who was better, David Tennant or Matt Smith. I think those were the names. I don't know, I wasn't a part of that. But I would watch the girls go at it. David Tennant, no question, stop. You're fanning the flames. Oh, who was the doctor that David Tennant was with? What was it, season 3 for him? The girl, the other doctor, was it Martha? I remember it starting with an M, but I can't remember. I thought she was really cool. She had, like, the best fashion. Then when she left the show, I stopped watching. Actually, I only watched season 3, because I saw the companions and went like, you're cool, I'll watch your season. You know what, we will... This is gonna be a little tough, doing the eyes. I've never actually inked Vita like this, have I? So this is gonna be a little tricky, figuring out. What we're going to do. Okay. Oh yeah, Ian, I know. I'm just trying to figure out the general shape I want, and then work off of that. Let's see here. Also, This Day Aria, Selkie. Good choice. I like that song a lot. I find it hard to, like, nail down a favorite. I more, like, have, like, a list that I'll sometimes listen back to on occasion. Though it's a pretty generic list, I'll admit. Because, you know, I always really liked Winter Wrap Up was always really fun. I'm a big fan of Art of the Dress. That one's one that I really like. You know, you can really just slap insert rarity song here because, you know, she was the best singer in the cast. Is that a controversial statement? I don't know. But you know, it's true. So, is what it is. What? Eto. Yeah, it's gonna be a little hard to like replicate how I did that with the ink. Learning new things though. Oh yeah, I put more tracks in the playlist. And just kind of said, fuck it. For the, well, YouTube updated their wording on some things, and so I was like, oh, okay. Because it now doesn't say copyright claimed. It now says, like, copyright content found. Copyright holder allows their content to be on YouTube. That's usually what it says now. If it doesn't, like, immediately get blocked somewhere. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I'll try putting in more of the tracks from, like, Adastra and Echo, since those were, like, royalty-free tracks that would always say, like, copyright claimed. So we'll see what kind of messages I get after the stream. Yeah. You know, we'll live life on the edge just a little bit. Also, like, all the Kingdom Hearts streams were fine, I noticed. I just get the notification that says just copyright content found, but rights holders allow that content on YouTube. So I'm like, okay, cool. Cool. So I don't have to worry about Simple and Clean blaring at my face. There we go. What are we doing? Yeah, it'll look a little bit weird just because it's, you know, first time doing this. So forgive me for that. Okay, but like, do you like Simple and Clean more, or are you more of a Sanctuary kind of guy? Like, do we have anyone that has real preferences between the two? Because I think I have the spicy take of, like, I think Sanctuary works better as an opening. But of course I love Simple and Clean, right? You know, the song of a generation. Not sure if I know Sanctuary. Oh my god. Oh my god, Selkie, it's not... it's almost like you aren't a Kingdom Hearts head or something. Like... These used to be bloodbaths of, like, when someone would, like, say that. Like, which one's better, you know? I'm Roxas biased, so I prefer Sanctuary, my man. There we go. Roxas best boy. He should have stayed a coffin, though. And Katie? Yeah, that's about right. Yeah, that's about right. You know, I legitimately was baffled at how bad of a game Kingdom Hearts 1 was. I hadn't actually played that game from start to finish in over a decade. I was pretty, like, what the shit? How did any of this game design fly? Like, what? How does no one complain about this? I'm sitting there whacking at the Trickmaster and go like, I can't believe his hitbox is designed like this. It kind of made me go like, all right, the franchise was awful from the start. And reading those secret reports, or I guess they weren't called secret reports yet, reading the Ansem reports and going like, oh my god, not a single one of these is like canon anymore. Or you have to really squint. Just think of it like he's sleeping. What do you mean? Roxas has his own body walking around dabbing on things. Like, he's hanging out with his, not sister daughter. We try not to think about it. Cousin? How does that work? I don't know. Shipping with Kingdom Hearts characters immediately becomes really incesty, and I don't like thinking about it. Like Naminé being like Sora and Kairi's child, essentially, makes a lot of things real weird. Oh, hello, Maestro. How many times they have various forms of the same person? It gets really bad later in the franchise. Like, it's already really bad as of Chain of Memories. Like, I don't know how many people are, like, paying attention to the plot of those games as I'm playing it, like, of Chain of Memories specifically. Because, like, bruh, it gets so... Why are we doing this? Why? No. No. I don't need, like, Sora's not child changing his memories to be like, we're best friends / love interests. Like, no. No, please. I don't need this. This is not deja vu. And then when they start pushing, like, Roxas and Naminé as, like, potential partners, I'm like, no, they're literally made from the same person. No. I don't think about it in that way. Serious. Naminé is literally an entity created from Sora's body and Kairi's heart exiting it. Created both Roxas and Naminé. And you know, then you have the Sora soup that is Xion, right? Where they scooped up some Sora, threw it into a blender, and like a girl fell out. And they were like, you're gonna be Roxas's love interest. It's not good. It's not good. There are too many things you just have to not think about. Like, I don't like it. Sora has a lot of self-love inside him. He really do. He has so many little boys and girls exiting in and out of him at any possible interval. That doesn't sound as bad as it could have, I'll be honest. Because if you apply that same logic to Xehanort, it gets real creepy real quick. You know, Xehanort just wants to be in people who's several years younger than him. It's not weird. It's not weird. Don't think about it. It's fine. It's fine. You know, we definitely don't have an entire game in which we have a Kingdom Hearts 1 looking Sora and Xehanort going, I want your body, I want to be inside you. Nope, nope, just don't think about it. It's not, it's just, nope. We just try not to think about it. We... Was Dream Drop the worst thing to happen to the franchise? The answer is yes. The answer is definitely yes. I'm not looking forward to getting around to that at some point. This is like the handheld era is really bad. Like Birth by Sleep and what's it called? In Dream Drop. They're really bad. So in KH2, Sora technically has inside him Roxas, Xion, and Ventus. Xion is no longer there. Wait. Yes, no. Wait, did that count? I forget. How did they explain Xion being back in Kingdom Hearts 3? I don't remember. I legitimately don't. Oh well. But I guess she would be inside him at that point. And Ventus hasn't really left. I guess we could count Vanitas for a hot second, right? I guess not in Kingdom Hearts 2 land, but like... I think Vanitas would have been a lot cooler if they never showed his face. The instant they showed Vanitas's face, I was done with the character. I was kind of like, okay, you know, he's like Edge Boy, but you know, he's got some things going. And then they showed his face, and I'm like, I'm done. It's over. I don't care anymore. This franchise is bullshit. And Vanitas had, like, some of the better boss fights in Birth by Sleep. And it's like, man, you really gotta do this man this dirty by showing his face? Bruh. Bruh. I don't understand. How are we here? Why is it like this? How are there fans of this franchise? I don't know. I don't know, man. Pin something board to make it make sense. No, Selkie. So here, see, that's... You have the wrong idea with that. Because that implies that you have to look at prior games, right? And in Kingdom Hearts Land, you can't. Because so much of it gets retconned as time goes on. You know? Like, remember the plot point that Ansem artificially created the majority of Heartless that were invading worlds in Kingdom Hearts 1? And to make sure that he knew which were Heartless he created and which were Heartless that were, like, a natural phenomenon created by, like, the worlds colliding, he put the insignia on them. So, like, all Heartless with the Heartless insignia are artificial creations. Remember that plot point? Yeah, that doesn't matter post Kingdom Hearts 1, does it? Because they just completely ignore that going forward. That one gets to me. That one is like, why would you even say that and then not even close to commit to that as a concept? Every time I hear something new, I'm like, question marks, right? Man, Selkie, imagine playing this franchise in real time when it was coming out. And just how, like, every game hard retcons half the shit from the previous game. It was so annoying to keep track of what was happening. Because then you would have people that would come into the franchise at, like, these newer installments, right? And they would argue with you, going like, no, this is how it works. And I'm like, no, it didn't at first. This may be how it is now, but, like, no. Like how the gummy ships come from, like, was another phenomenon created from, like, the worlds colliding together. That concept's kind of just gone. That's why most people didn't know what the gummy ships were in Kingdom Hearts 1, because they were relatively new. Isn't the FNAF lore, like, user-generated content that just became canon? You know, like Legend of Zelda? Oh, there we go. Does he look cute, guys? Does he look cute? Oh. The author is cagey, so it's hard to say. That says yes. That says yes to me. You know, if someone else writes your lore for you and you can just claim it, sounds like an easy paycheck to me. Even though depending on how things worked, you know, someone could get sued for plagiarism. There we go. Okay, whoops, I just completely... Oh, there we go. Oh, yeah. He's very cute. Is he cute? Okay. Would you fuck this man? Cirrus would, maybe. I see. Good. Those are good first two responses. I like it a lot. Let's go. Cirrus, are you that easy with cat boys, or is it a vibe thing? I'm collecting data, as it were, you know? I'm gonna pretend to be Vexen today. We're collecting data. Okay. Yeah? No! My popcorn! That's fine. We got there. Do you think Vita would ever stab somebody? Yeah? Come on, someone would walk up to Vita, hand him a knife, and go, hey, can you stick that there? And they just point to somebody, and Vita will be like, okay! Eita. Yeah, you know what? We'll just edit this later during the second pass on ink. It is fine. It is fine. We'll clean this up a little bit over here. Oh. Yeah. we go. That's fine. That's fine. Yeah, last time I went grocery shopping, I bought a box of, like, kettle corn bags. Because I am weird and I like kettle corn. So, I've been, like, eating a bag every couple nights. Oh, yeah. Can Vita be trusted with a driver's license? No. This lad has to be driven everywhere or take public transportation. Like, this lad was told not to get his driver's license. He didn't get it revoked. It's more like his family and friends was like, you don't need that. No worries, man. More. He seems like a Subway guy. I see. Is he eating fresh? Get it to connect. That's close enough. Everyone seems to hate that restaurant, but it's good. One, if you're calling Subway a restaurant, you're doing something wrong with your life. But I also don't like sandwiches, so have fun with that. Like, that's a fast food joint. That's not a restaurant. I refuse to call it that. Then I'd have to call Burger King a restaurant. And that place isn't even, like, good fast food. I don't like Burger King. I don't like their nuggets. I only buy nuggets from fast food places. If your nuggies are bad, then I don't care. Alright, see ya, Maestro. Oh, okay, so McDonald's is really weird, right? Because McDonald's doesn't have good food, but they have something far more devious than good food. They have addicting food. Like, I swear that shit just has cocaine in it. Like, what other explanation could there be? for like a year without change. It's hilarious. Oh my god. Oh dear. Oh no. You know, I live... Oh my god. In a rural as fuck place. At least they changed their sign on the regular. It's usually something like, try whatever item corporate wants us to sell more of this month. But, for their veggie wraps? What the fuck is this? What the fuck? You just sitting here trying to be healthy? No. Like, if I'm committing to going to a fast food place, I'm gonna order a meal that will strike 2 years off the end of my life. And still pay over, like, too much money for it. I don't know. You know how it is. Okay. Eat your veggies? Look. I have a bag of lettuce in my refrigerator. I've been nomming on it on occasion. You can't, like, I'm doing shit. I'm occasionally eating green things. Even though all I've had to eat today was, like, diced up and fried potatoes, and canned meat. Don't worry about it. I have a very good... I don't have a bad diet, I swear. It's worse than bad. You know, if it makes you feel any better, it's like a Philippine brand of canned meat. The image of you chewing on a whole ass lettuce all feral like is entertaining. Excuse me. I'm assuming you also drank something. Yes. That is the answer we will give. The sip of soda I had at the very beginning of the stream, that is not all I've had today. You can't prove anything. I'm gonna take another sip real quick. There. 2 sips. Drink some water. No! Water isn't flavorful. Water tastes like fucking water. He'll only drink a large ocean water with nerds. Yo, facts! That's what Darian orders every time we go to Sonic. Yep. Drink flavored water? No. Flavored water sucks. It kinda sucks. Oh, it'll be a while before we hear this track in the playthrough. Unfortunate. Gotta get into spicy water? No. That just sounds awful. Yes, I shall have my spicy water, please. Like, no. No. That is not how this works. Want some of my spicy Mountain Dew? No. Use that voice in recording? No. What character would talk like that? I legitimately can't think of one. Benny Boy? But I like the voice I do for Benny Boy. Sirius Murdoch is like in 3rd place for like being one of the better characters, at least of the route partners. Like he's 3rd. Nick and Will are so much better. The consolation prize that Murdoch has, Murdoch, that Murdoch has is that like he's not Cliff. That is, you know what? He has that amount of solace in his life. Yep. Kind of forgot how fun William is. Oh my god, he's so good. That man's so good. He just sits there, insults you to your face, and Sam is like, this is the man I'm choosing. It is the very funnies. You know, I'm still waiting for the Chang route, though. I think that's also kind of damning for Smoke Room, is, like, there's a lot of secondary characters that are, like, arguably better than a lot of the main characters, because, you know, we got Chang and Jeb. We got Benny Boy. I really like Mr. Briggs. I like Mr. Briggs a lot. I probably shouldn't. But that man's so businesslike that I'm like, bruh. You're pretty good. I like Beckett as well. I like Beckett a lot. And I think Paul is pretty underrated. I like Paul a lot. Ralph is disappointing. Well, see, here's the problem with Murdoch's route. His sidecast fucking sucks compared to a lot of the others. Like the Burns family, not terribly engaging. Ralph, who's like the most prominent side character, is awful. And the most I can say about Blythe is how much I laughed at her appearance in the Christmas special. 'Cause I'm like, there she is. That's Blythe. I don't know, I really liked the Christmas special. I thought it was funny. Yeah. His little toesies. How's he looking? How's he looking here? Okay. He's looking all right. You're a fuck up, I could use that. Said literally every side character to a VN protagonist. Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Alright, bye, Darian. Man, so I was on Tuesday, right? You know, because I didn't stream on Tuesday, and I, you know, did not say why. But I was a friend had asked me to help him at his work, so I like stopped in to help him with his work. And so we were like chatting while doing shit, right? Eto. This is not what I wanted to happen. Whoops. There we go. There we go. And we ended up talking about VNs, right? Because he's a massive VN fan. Of course, not the VNs that, you know, we play, right? Because we talk about stuff like Higurashi and stuff like that. But we ended up talking about Tsukihime, you know, which is a brand, of course, we are all familiar with. I know it deep in my soul. We all know what Tsukihime is. And that was such a fun time. Because we had another friend with us, and he didn't know what Tsukihime was. So it was just me and this friend going like, oh my god, gushing about like Tsukihime as like a brand and how tragic it is that to this day it was never brought to America. Even though like it would be, it had a chance to be popular in the US and then they missed it. Like it's pretty tragic. But for those who don't know what Tsukihime is, it's the original Fate. Like it's what started the Fate franchise. Like, instead it was like the spin-off that became the franchise, and Tsukihime was kind of left in the dust. Which was a little tragic, because Tsukihime is just a lot better. Like, Fate was kind of like a cute idea when it started, of like, oh, it's gonna be set in the same universe as Tsukihime, but instead of it being, is it also a death game? No. It's a horror visual novel, actually. And, so that's why, like, that's why it's dating sim, porn, like, okay, it's basically what Echo is to Adastra. Like, if there's any, like, good way to, like, parse that, of, like, the difference between, like, Tsukihime and Fate, there you go. It's that. Like, Fate became popular for being a porn game that had cool action scenes and good character designs. And Tsukihime is like the cult classic because of its horror writing and like character depth. Except they actively take place in the same universe, so. And I just like, somehow I didn't know that we got Melty Blood back in 2020. Like, So Melty Blood is the Tsukihime fighting game franchise, right? And the last installment of Melty Blood was like at least before the newest one was back in like 2002. And I knew that they made a Melty Blood game back in 2020, but I kind of didn't read any news on it because I just kind of thought we wouldn't get it. And my friend booted up his PS5 at work and was like, "No, bruh, it's right here." And so we were playing Melty Blood for a bit. Oh, it was so good. It was so good seeing them again. Like... It's like, oh my god, I can play Ishiki. I can play his like. It was so cool. I might pick that up now, just because it's like, oh my god, it's the one piece of Tsukihime shit that I can like buy. Granted, a couple months ago, they did announce that the PS4 remake of Tsukihime, which came out like 2 years ago now in Japan, is actually getting localized for English and is scheduled for next year. Yeah, I'm buying that. I'm excited for that. Like, it's like, oh my god, I can play a not shitty, like, fan translation clearly made by someone who just got out of Japanese 1, like a high school class. That, and I haven't played Tsukihime since like I was in early high school. It's been more than a decade. I'd be so down for trying that franchise again. I'm so down for that. So I probably will. My friend and I will talk about it a lot when that comes out. It'll be fun. Have you never heard the name Melty Blood before, Selkie? It's a popular fighting game at like fighting game circuits and stuff. Cause it's just like a really good like anime fighter. It just so happens to be based on a visual novel. And in the latest Melty Blood game, they did put in some, what's it called? They put in some Fate characters so you can play as like Saber and shit. And my friend was telling me that straight up at tournaments, they don't play the Fate characters because the fan base is like, this is a Tsukihime fighting game. We're playing the fucking Tsukihime characters. And I'm like, blessed. What great individuals. Like, you can play as the fucking maid. 10 out of 10. Ah. It is what it is. How are we? We'll put in the collarbones. Okay. Googling it, I recognize the style. Okay. Yeah, Tsukihime is like known, at least in like Japan and shit. It's more internationally it's not known because it never got an anime adaptation. That's like the one thing that made... I'm pretty sure that's the only reason why Fate pulled ahead, was it got an anime adaptation. And then that anime adaptation got dubbed. I think that's the only reason why that franchise got bigger. So, like, has nothing to do with, like, quality, because... Does anyone actually care about the story of Fate? Like, the answer is no, right? Especially if it's the Rin route. Nope, no one cares about that, bitch. Watch, now the people who grew up watching, what's it called? Unlimited Blade Works is gonna be upset with me. And, you know, that just means they're a Zoomer. So... I love how you can tell what age range, like, a Fate fan is by who they like. Because it's which adaptation they grew up with. Which I always think is funny. There we go. I tried watching like 2 episodes of the non-canon spin-off. I see. It's like, no, that's not how you do it, Cirrus. You have to watch like one of the actual adaptations if you want to like see Fate. I don't recommend any of them. Because that's one of those where the regular, or like the original game, has 3 different adaptations, and the 3 adaptations are the different routes. So it's like, which girl do you like? Watch this anime if you like this character, because it's their route. And I didn't really like any of them, so yeah, it's just, it is what it is. So that sounds neat until you find out that the adaptations are years apart. So it just makes it to where different generations of like anime watchers end up liking completely different characters within Fate, and you can always spot the age range of them because of it. It's like, oh, do you like Saber? Okay, you're probably from Fate Stay Night era. Like, I get it. Oh, do you like Rin? You grew up with Unlimited Blade Works. I see. Oh, you like the Heavens, whatever trilogy of films? You're from that era. Like, what's her name? Sophie, or whatever her name was. I don't know. I never sat down and watched these to completion. I tried reading the visual novel and was like, I hate this. And then didn't touch the franchise, like, in terms of adaptation. I do constantly laugh at the sheer existence of Prisma Iliad. Even though, like, if anybody says legitimately that their favorite installment of Fate is Prisma Iliad, don't trust them. Just don't trust them. Okay? That's some life advice. No one, like, unironically says that without having, like, being like that, let's say. You'll understand if you're familiar with Prisma Iliad. But I don't want to elaborate on stream, so you know. Imagine a Leo anime route? I don't know. I feel like Echo is way too dialogue-based to be entertaining as a, like... I just don't think it would quite work, just because it's so wordy. That you would need like a really strong director to make those dialogue sequences feel better. And there's no good way in like a voice acted / visual medium that isn't VN to get across Samuel in Echo. So just kind of one of those things where it's a lot of how that story was designed, like designed specifically for being a VN, for better and worse, right? There we go. We will start just kind of doing the thingy thing. Let's see. Yeah, that's fine. Oh yeah, what else would you all like to see me draw in the nearest future? I always never have like actual ideas for things to just doodle on stream. How do you figure out the perspective for the ears? You just kind of do it. Right? See, that's the problem with art advice, is the answer is legitimately, but you just do it. By the way, there are wrong ways to do it. Like, as someone who's like sat there and read textbooks about art, it's rough. Because most of the time they don't actually tell you about like the process, and is more about the mindset you have to have going into it. It's a lot of like general concepts and things. So it's like, yeah, you could read a book on perspective and how to do that. And yeah, you probably should also learn proper perspective. And then you have to learn how to break it so it looks good when you're drawing, right? Because that's something that's kind of nebulous. That's kind of hard to teach, is that if you draw too much from realism, it looks bad. Like, it looks fake. It doesn't look right. So it's one of those things of like, yeah, you need to learn realistic perspective and like the whatevers, but then you also need to learn how to break it so it looks good drawn. So you're having to learn like extra steps and stuff, which is really annoying. Leo Horse version 2? Oh my god. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. That sounds not fun. I've never drawn Steven before. Nope. It didn't happen. Do you want me to draw Sans again? Like, I don't want to do that. Is there actual interest? I hope not. You all better be just joking with me. You all know I don't like the Undertales. What about a cicada? A cicada? Why do you want me to draw a cicada? Are you a cicada fan? See it, Asu? Man, I remember waking up one morning and seeing like a cicada attached to my window. It was like on the outside, of course. But that bitch was like 3.5 inches in length. And I just kind of stared at it and was like, bitch, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? Get out of here. I've heard they're loud. They're fucking annoying is what they are. Like, anytime there is a cicada around. Oh yeah, yeah, dogs will grab them. Just one is loud on their own, right? A low hum background thing. Look, Cirrus. I spent part of my childhood in Japan. I do not care about the sound of cicadas. They are so loud and so obnoxious. No. You can have that, Cirrus. You can have all of the cicadas in your backyard. What the fuck is that noise? Oh my god, facts. Like, oh my god. Those shits are so loud. I do not like them. Eto. You know, I don't like Adastra. The theme is nice, though. Am I terrible? Are the cicadas and are the insects in Higurashi? Yeah, they are. Anytime I boot up a fucking Japanese VN and it takes place in any rural setting, they have the cicadas blasting in that background. Like, and I'm like, look, I understand. That's what it sounds like. I don't care. Make it stop. Like, it's like, no. Don't like it. I don't even like that they're like loud and obnoxious in Morinatsu, the greatest VN ever created. I don't mean that, by the way. Did you ever collect shells as a kid? Yeah, I lived in tropical places. That's like an okay pastime when you're on the beach or some shit. I mean, when I'm on the beach, I'm either on the hunt for things or I dig a hole. I usually just dig hole. If I'm on the beach, I'm like, give me shitty plastic shovel. Give me an hour. I'm fucking there digging that hole for so long. I'll make steps. Oh, the cicada shells? Oh. I seen them around. I don't never like collected them. Like, whatever. Josh loves holes? Yeah. It's like they were made for me. There we go. Okay. Ow. There we go. Okay. They're exoskeleton. You gotta word it that way. Gotta sound all fancy and shit. How do I want to do this? Okay. It took me a long time to figure out Shintinja wasn't a oh my god. Oh my god. Ugh, white people. There we go. My white people. That's not a white person issue. Is it not? I don't know. It's more of a Japanese pastime and what that's a reference to. You know, the whole collecting bugs in the summer kind of thing. Too scared to use Shedinja. I actually never really liked Shedinja. I liked Ninjask a lot. Like, as a Pokemon, I'm like, yo, this thing fast as fuck. This thing always go first. Ninjask go in. I do like that Pokemon. At least for that reasoning. I know that a lot of people are like, no, you have to, like, form an emotional thingy thing, and I'm like, fuck, I don't care. It does good in combat. It's a game where the primary thing is combat. I'm gonna care if it's useful. This isn't a monster raising simulator. If it was, then I would care if I just liked it. Unfortunately, Pokemon is not a monster raising sim. Because it's a bad franchise. You feel like they would have turned the franchise into a monster raising simulator instead of a bad RPG franchise? You know? Like, cut your losses, just make a new thing. Love the top that randomly shoots Hyper Beam. It's like fine. It's like I prefer the design of Shakomon, you know, which is like mostly based on the same thing. What? But then again, I've always really liked Shakomon. Like the designs of those, like, they're not yokai. They're like angels. Like the clay angel look. I've always really liked that mythology. Like things based on that. Like their designs. There we go. He's just a little kitten. Would you jump on the bed with him? you snuggle up with him. As long as he doesn't knock you off the bed. Would Vita be the kind of guy who'd accidentally knock you off the bed? I think it depends on how sleepy he is. I think that would be the deciding factor. There we go. He's the one falling off the bed. You know, you right. To go to a separate bed to actually fall asleep, amazing. Amazing. Just gonna discard him once you're done with him. I see how it is. Okay. He would act like a space heater under the sheets, yeah? Just don't use sheets then. Problem solved. How do you sleep with sheets? With them covering me without sheets. Then you lay on bed without sheets and fall asleep. I mean, people do that. You just sleep, right? Like, I don't know, if you don't have sheets, you don't have sheets. Okay. at all. Okay. There we go. Ask Vita to knock you unconscious, yo facts. He'd do it. That man would just grab a chair and smack you with it. Just like, okay. Oh. I just have this bowl of room temperature popcorn. Like, damn. Okay. Oh. Vita would kill someone and not even realize it. Yo, facts? He would shove someone into a pool and they would drown to death, and he'd be sitting there at the edge going like, huh, they're not coming up. Looking real confused. Being like, She's like, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Okay. Ah, that is not a big enough eraser. There we go. Hmm. I'm sneezing. Whoops. Give me a minute. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. I made his neck too long. He is not a giraffe. There we go. Okay. Oh, that's what that is. Okay. My mistake. Hmm. Hmm. That made me picture in my head what it would look like if you pull the neck all the way up. I mean, it do be that way sometimes. go. I guess we'll have the angle be like this. Okay. I always have to like double check what his cheek floofs look like, because I always kind of forget. Because I am a bad person. I always forget things. Do it like this. We'll do it like that. And then we'll do it like that. Just a little bit. Oh, I did the ears really bad, didn't I? Well, we'll redo them slightly. I feel like I made him like scrunglier than I normally do, which isn't 100% true. I made him look very scrungly. Hmm. Let's see here. Let me just check something real quick. Okay. I actually don't like though. At least at this angle. There we go. Okay. All right. Okay. Hmm. All right. Okay. Ah, Embro, hello. Is this Tyson? A little bit. He is my favorite. Because I have bad taste. Hope I'm doing well. I'm doing alright. Any wolf is the popular one. That is also true. Hmm. Okay. Is Tyson a wolf or a dog? He's a wolf. Come on. Come on, Cirrus. There's an entire scene about this. Looking good. Hey, he's alright. He's a little feisty boy. All right. Okay. Oh, have I been doing this wrong the whole time? That's unfortunate. Let me grab this real quick. Weird. Oh well. Hmm. Hmm. He needs some brushing. Oh my god. Look, that scene was real good. That scene was real cute. Oh, you thought there was no music this whole time? Oh, was it too low? Sorry about that. Always hard for me to tell if, like, it's actually, like, because I can't actually hear the audio levels. At least, like, what the audience would be hearing. So it's a little hard sometimes to figure out. This song is good, though. Oh my god, it's probably my favorite track from Smoke Room. Though I think it only plays like 2 or 3 times, so that's kind of sucks. We'll do it like that. When did it play? It plays when Jeb is talking about his life story. And because it's a Jeb's theme, so it like plays during like the key or Jeb. It plays during Jeb's like key moments, which he doesn't get a lot. So kind of think that game's cast is too big for its own good. Yeah, he's the Embro. He's the horse from Cliff's Route. Jeb. Yeah. Well, I just say Jeb. Sorry. Makes it easy, you know. He has a cool name. Say his full name. Ah, it's long. I always end up shortening people's names. Half the people I know in person, like, I just refer to them by mostly nicknames, or I just mispronounce their name on purpose. That's a thing I do. Or I make their name obnoxiously long. You know, I've done that a couple times. There's a guy I've met whose name was like Grant, and I'm like, no. And so I just called him Pomegranate. He was very confused for a while, because I just started referring to him as Pomegranate and never explained why, and he didn't ask questions for months until he was finally like, so why do you call me Pomegranate? And I'm like, well, Grant is in Pomegranate. He was very confused. That man's always confused. Pomegranate, yeah, Pomegranate. Makes it easy. It's like naming Pokemon. It really is. I mean, there's a guy at the card shop I go to named Eric. And I have never called him Eric. I call him Brian. Though that one's a little more odd, because I thought his name was Brian, and so I just called him Brian, and he just never corrected me. Ever. Years went by, and then I heard someone say Eric, and I'm like, who's Eric? As Eric looks at me and goes like, but technically my name is Eric, yes. Like, I just kind of tilt my head like, eh. Eh. Because I'm Brian. Yeah, I still just call him Brian. You know, it is what it is. Like, partially the way I look at it, if no one ever corrects me, that must mean it's not a problem. Right? You know, the most laid-back people? I don't know if I would say that, just because, like, I know a lot of people that hate me, which is funny. It makes life far more fun, right? Like, walking into a room knowing that, like, my presence makes at least 30% of the people in there seethe. Oh, something about it. You know? Makes me feel powerful. It do be what it is, though. Do you enter TCG room? I go to card shop, like physical card shops, but I don't like do any online TCG stuff. Oh, this guy with troll deck again? I wouldn't say I run a troll deck. People don't like the decks that I play, but, like, they're not troll decks. I just, I play control decks, usually. Like, I usually will play decks that just puts a stop sign in front of my opponent, and I'll put it down when I see fit. Until then, they're in a bit of a bind. That, and I usually run some weird extra win condition. Because I really like playing mill or deck destruction or hand destruction. Those are usually the decks that I like to play. You monster? What do you mean? Sometimes it just feels nice to tell my opponent to throw every card in their hand away. And by sometimes, I mean all the time. Oh. The euphoria I feel when I discard every resource from my opponent. It just feels good, you know? It just feels real good. I remember because what the new Disney trading card game like is out now, right? And though no one can get product for it, it's being scalped to hell and back, so I'm gonna wait a while. But like a friend of mine was like, "Oh, what are you gonna play in that format? Like when we can get like cards, right?" And I sent him a list, and he was immediately like, "I just shouldn't have asked," because I had sent him a hand destruction list. Because there are 2 cards that can discard cards from the opponent's hand, and they just so happen to be in colors that let you recycle spell cards. Are you actually going to give Disney more money? Yeah. I have no qualms with doing that. Other people do. And when it's in the TCG space, I am like, cool. Anyone that isn't Wizards of the Coast or the Pokemon Company, lit. Like, sure. Because you know what? Hilariously, Disney isn't nearly as greedy and awful to their, like, community as, like, Wizards or the Pokemon Company are in terms of like TCG environments. Disney has done nothing wrong yet in terms of that space, so I'm willing to see what happens, you know? Okay. I mean, there was a Wicross deck I was playing for a bit that would mill the opponent and discard their whole hand. It wasn't the most consistent thing in the world, so I did drop the deck. Also, I couldn't afford the full deck. That was also a big thing. I'm sitting there staring at the card H2O, who was a clean $30 each. And I'm like, Girl, you don't mean that much to me, and so I just did not finish the deck. That's okay. I found a new deck in Lacrosse that I really liked playing. And you know, people were really happy that I wasn't playing Mill anymore. And then they saw my new deck and was like, this is arguably worse. I remember when I first brought my Madoka deck to play some Wicross, you know, the girl I was playing against, as soon as I resolved one of my main effects, she just looked at me. Like, she put down her hand, like, pinched the bridge of her nose, and was like, why are you like this? Like, that was the interaction. It was funny. It was funny. I turned off her battle phase 2 turns in a row. And turning off the battle phase is actually pretty difficult in Wicross. And I was just like casually doing it, and I'm like, Eliza, what's wrong? Like, it was real funny. Everyone else first time, right? Well, cause in Wicross, it's a little hard to know what your opponent's deck does at first glance. So like, sure, she saw I was playing blue, and blue's whole gimmick is like hand destruction, slash card draw. And I'm like, yeah, well, I'm just playing an innocent version of blue. Cool, none of your cards untap next turn. I hope you, I hope you're okay with that. Yes, because you don't have a choice. That was very much a, be careful when you attack against me. It could be the last time you attack this game. Granted, that deck has like 0 aggression, so it's hard to like, you know, like, sure, I can stall the game out, but actually winning the game can actually be a little difficult depending on what I'm playing against. Is Mulligan common in pro TCG stage? Yeah. There are the only major card game that does not have a Mulligan system is Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, all other games do, pretty much. Like, sure, in Pokemon, you have to brick really hard to be allowed to mulligan. That, and you're so punished if you mulligan in Pokemon that it's... You almost build your deck in a way to prevent yourself from mulliganing. Or you build your deck to mulligan on purpose if you build your deck to benefit off the mulligan. There are a couple like cheeky things you can do with that. Just because of how that system works in Pokemon. And I don't like how that system works in Pokemon, so I don't play that card game anymore. That and the Pokemon card game isn't actually that fun. Boy, do I love Solitaire. That's still like the biggest issue with the Pokemon TCG is you are playing solitaire. There's not another person across the table from you. You actually just play as if it's a single player game, which makes it really boring. Ah, hello, I'm still here. It creates really... Like, I was pretty turned off from playing the Pokemon TCG when I was, like, playing in tournaments. And legitimately, when my opponent ended their turn, they pulled up their phone. Because you just have to wait for your opponent. There's no way for you to interact with your opponent in Pokemon, right? So there's no reason to ever really pay attention during the opponent's turn. So you just end up just doing other things. I played against a kid who was playing Fortnite during my turn. He pulled out his Switch and started actually playing Fortnite. Like, love your Sona. Oh, thanks. And I'm like, I don't want to spend this amount of money on a card game if I feel like I'm just going to be playing by myself. Yeah, there's also the whole, like, set rotation thing, which also kind of, like, turns me off a bit. Because it's like, oh, did I spend $100 on a deck? Well, I can't play that deck in a year. Which, you know, is what it is. Because I definitely, like, really fell in love with one deck in the Pokemon TCG during late Sun and Moon, early Sword and Shield era. And when that rotated, so did my interest in the game. Like, is what it is. Is there no way to interact with your opponent's board? Nope. In Pokemon, you only use your board. Like, yes, you can interact with your opponent's board, but it is legitimately only during your turn. So this is the reason why no one pays attention during the opponent's turn, other than when the opponent goes, I'm activating Boss. And that is like, oh, I'm activating Boss, or I'm activating Iona. And that's it. Those are your two things that you can currently do during the like to interact with your opponent in a like major way. I find Pokemon hard to play. The learning curve on how to play Pokemon is actually like pretty steep for the TCG anyway. The order of operations is so different in that game than other TCGs that it's a little bit hard to figure out. But it just didn't really work for me. I just wasn't enjoying playing it. So that's why I just stopped playing it. I still play Digimon on occasion, though. That's still fun to play. At least on a casual level. It is unfortunate that our current Digimon format is really bad. Oh, I love when there are two playable decks. And I don't care to play either, so... Oh well. It's like I don't want to play Royal Knight, and I don't want to play Shine. So... time to play Belphemon to be funny. Because that's mostly what I've been playing recently. So what TCG you play now? I mostly play Digimon, Wicross, and Vanguard. Though Vanguard is being really awkward. Like, I haven't played in a Vanguard tournament in probably a year. Just because the game is so annoying to play on, like, a competitive level that I'm like, I just don't see a point for me anymore. Especially if they're not gonna support my primary format. And I just don't find standard format fun in Vanguard anymore. So there's that. But Witcross is probably my favorite playing card game on the market right now. I would have liked to get more into Battle Spirits, but like that's just not supported anywhere near me. I do still maintain my Battle Spirits deck, mainly for nostalgia purposes, I guess. Where I'm like, well, Woden is in the game now. I have to pick up Woden. He was used by Yuki in the anime, so gotta rep the boy. And that's also kind of how I am with Witcross, where I'm like, oh my god, Nanashi got her center. Gotta pick up the Nanashi deck. She's like my favorite Elrig. Even though I don't actually play Nanashi, I currently play Madoka. The Nanashi deck is currently sleeved in the binder. Like it's a fun deck to play, not a good one. That and it's not entirely how I like to play. It's an aggro deck, so I don't typically play aggro. So that and they like Bushiroad for Vanguard did a thing recently that legitimately priced everyone out of the game, which is a little annoying. Because currently no one wants to play premium because they released a so if you're unfamiliar, Vanguard hard locks you to colors. So like in Magic, right? If you chose to play like blue, you can only play mono blue, right? For example. That's how it works in Vanguard. They recently released a card that can be used regardless of color. You can only run one copy of it, but it's an extra deck card, which means, you know, running your one copy is fine because you'll always have access to it. It's in your extra deck. It is a staple. Every deck can run it, and every deck has to run it. It is currently going for $80. Yup. Thanks, Bushy. Because they made it the highest rarity card within a set. A set that was short printed and is barely on the market anymore, even though it released last week. It is very unfortunate. No one in my area was able to get it, so it doesn't matter. How many do you need per deck? It's a one of. You only play one of it. Yeah, the set released last week, and it is pretty much out of stock already because it was for premium format. So the expanded, the legacy format, and because that one format is less played than standard format, they printed less product, which just means there's less of that card on the market. On top of it being one of the hardest cards to pull in the set. So it's just kind of like, unfortunate. At least it's not a 3 of. I don't really care. That's just not how this game should have worked out. Like, nope. Gone. Because now it's if you don't have Harmonix Messiah, you cannot play in tournaments. You straight up, you cannot play in a tournament if you do not have Harmonix Messiah. You lose so much advantage not having it that it's not even worth participating. Is it that good? Yes. It's a card that generically from the extra deck. So again, you don't have to draw into this card and it is always active because you can flip it turn 1, essentially. If you go second, you draw an extra card. Like for your first turn, you draw an extra card going second. That's one of its effects. It also prevents your opponent from denying you mana during the mid to late game. It has a skill from the extra deck that lets you deal yourself a damage, and your damage zone is your mana zone in Vanguard, so it prevents your opponent from being able to deny you mana, essentially. So, yeah, if you do not have Harmonix, like Messiah, you cannot play competitively. Because your opponent will be able to draw going second while you will not be able to. And you can't damage deny them, but they can damage deny you. So it's, yeah, you cannot play at a higher level. So it's like, cool, I'll have to just not play in tournaments anymore. I wasn't already, but good to know. I just don't have the option now. Do you make comics? Not really. I have in the past, but not really. I don't make enough to afford spending that much time to do something. Kind of just is what it is. Yeah. Actually, how... Let's take a jaunt over to TCG Player real quick. How expensive is Harmonix right now? Let's go over here. Vanguard. No, I didn't want that one, so sorry. Click here. History collection. Let's go to highest pricing. Yes, yes. Scroll. Where... Okay, so Harmonix Messiah currently. For near mint is $90. Not 90, $70. 70 is the lowest pricing currently. And it goes up to 100 from the different sellers. So it's 70 to 100. Damn. Oh well. Is what it is. What else is pricing out, everyone? How much is Hanali right now? That was a common in this set. Ooh, a $10 common that's a 4 of. Let's go! But Hanali was a reprint, so how much is the old Hanali? Oh, it's $10 still, let's go! Both printings are $10. Fucking lit. It's a good thing I don't play Hanali. I probably should, but I'm not paying that much. It's like, I like to play competitively budget, if you know what I mean. Because I don't care. Actually, wait a minute. How much are the SP Messiahs? Not Messiahs, Shiranuis while I'm here. Oh, they're just not on the market. Good. I don't have that temptation today. Oh, but wait a minute. Yasuyes are like $70. Do I want to buy an SP Yasuye? Oh, that artwork looks so nice. Ooh. Damn. Do I want to? No. No, Josh, no. You like playing Yasuye, but you don't like playing Yasuye that much. Come on, control yourself. Okay, okay. We're fine. We're fine. Unfortunate. We'll probably have to open commission. No. Is not gonna happen. It's fine. I'll still be able to beat people at the store I go to for like casual play without Messiah. I already play a bad deck in Vanguard and win with it just because no one wants to read my cards. It's like, no, friend, just stay losing. You'll never win against me. I guess I can always just play Mega Colony. That deck probably doesn't need Messiah in it to function. You'll just turn off your opponent's deck and not have to worry about anything. Let's see here. I'll always think it's funny that people hate when I play Mega Colony at that store, even the other person that plays Mega Colony, because I play it better than him. Okay. Mostly joking. I understand. No worries. That's probably fine. He's a wolfer. Ah, alright. Well, I think that's enough drawing for me tonight. That was a lot. Let me just save this real quick. How many Tyson drawings have I done? Less than you would think. But still a fair amount. There we go. But alright, guys. I hope you've enjoyed, and I'll see you guys around.